build-up is unmistakable. Every shot, every line of dialogue, every note of the music tells us that the ending is not about defeat, but about meaning. Outlander has always been more than battles and time travel. It has been about love that refuses to die. Season 8 promises to honor that love, even if it means tearing us apart in the process. The tension lies not in whether Jamie and Claire's story will end, but how it will be remembered. Will it be remembered as a love that ended in fire and sacrifice, or as one that finally found peace beyond the chaos of history? In many ways, this season is not just a conclusion for Jamie and Claire, it is a conclusion for us, the fans who have walked beside them, have cheered when they reunited. We have cried when they were torn apart, and now we are asked to prepare for goodbye. The trailer dares us to imagine what it will feel like when that final scene fades to black. Will we feel shattered, or will we feel grateful for the beauty of their journey? Maybe it will be both. What makes this final build-up so powerful is the sense of inevitability. The sun is setting, the drums of war are beating, and Jamie and Claire are walking into history's embrace. Yet even in the shadow of endings, their love burns bright, reminding us that true love stories do not vanish, they echo. They echo in memory, in legacy, and in the hearts of everyone who believed in them. Season 8 will not only close their story, it will seal it in legend. And legends, even when they end, never truly die. And so, as the final chapter of Outlander prepares to unfold, one truth is impossible to ignore. Jamie and Claire's story has never belonged to them alone. It belongs to all of us who watched, who felt, who carried their love as if it were our own. The trailer makes it clear, this is goodbye. But how that goodbye is written is still a mystery waiting to be revealed. Now the question shifts to you. What do you believe their ending will be? You see Jamie and Claire walking into peace together, finally free of war and time's cruel grip? Or do you believe their love will find its most heartbreaking expression in sacrifice one life laid down so the other may carry their story forward? Perhaps you hold on to hope that the writers will choose the rarest ending of all, where tragedy bends to tenderness and love simply survives. Your theories, your hopes, your fears, they are the heartbeat of this community. Outlander has always been about connection, not just between two characters, but between fans across the world who have shared this journey for nearly a decade. So let your voice be heard. Leave your thoughts below. Tell us how you imagine the ending and join in this farewell conversation. And if you want to keep walking with Jamie and Claire until the very last frame, make sure to stay here. Because in the coming weeks, we will dive deeper into every scene, every hint, every hidden meaning the trailer has left behind. Together, we will prepare for the goodbye we never wanted but know we must face. Outlander Season 8 is not just a finale, it is a love letter. Love letter to its characters, to its fans, and to the power of storytelling that can carry us through centuries. So, what do you think the final page will say? As the trailer fades from memory, what remains is not just the promise of battles, heartbreak, or even love. It is the realization that we have lived this journey with Jamie and Claire. From the rolling hills of Scotland to the flames of revolution, from whispered vows to desperate goodbyes, their story has carried us across centuries, showing us that true love does not bend to time. And now, as Season 8 approaches, we stand. On the edge of their final chapter, there is a strange beauty in endings. They hurt, yes, but they also remind us that something mattered deeply. Outlander is not simply ending. It is completing a circle. What began with a chance meeting between a time-lost nurse and a Highland warrior has become a saga that will echo long after the final credits roll. Whether their ending comes in peace, sacrifice, or something in between, it will be remembered, not as tragedy, but as testament. A testament to the idea that love once found never truly dies. For years, Jamie and Claire have taught us about devotion, about sacrifice, about holding on even when the world falls apart. And now, as we prepare to let them go, those lessons stay with us. They belong to every fan who stayed up late for just one more episode. Every reader who turned the pages of Diana Gabaldon's novels with trembling hands, and every soul who found in Jamie and Claire's story a reflection of their own longing for love that endures. So when Season 8 begins, watch not just with your eyes, but with your heart. Because this is more than a finale, is a farewell. Farewells, though painful, are proof that something extraordinary has taken place. Jamie and Claire's love may be stepping into history, but history never forgets legends. And legends, they live forever. The trailer for Outlander Season 8 has dropped, and it reveals something fans have both dreamed of and feared. Jamie and Claire's story is heading toward its final chapter, and every scene feels like a farewell wrapped in heartbreak and love. What secrets does this trailer hide about their ending? Let's break it down. Season 7 left Outlander fans on edge, with Jamie and Claire once again fighting against both history and fate. After years of battles, time travel twists, and painful separations, Season 7 reminded us why Jamie and Claire are not just characters, but legends of television romance. We saw them caught in the middle of the Revolutionary War, torn between loyalty to family, duty to history, and the unbreakable bond of their love. Every decision they made was heavy with risk, and every step they took felt like walking closer to an uncertain destiny. Claire struggled with guilt, survival, and the pain of choices that seemed impossible. She carried the weight of her medical skills in a time where her knowledge could save lives, but also make her a target. She once again proved that she is not just Jamie's partner, but a strong and independent force in her own right. Jamie, on the other hand, carried the spirit of a warrior and a protector. He stood firm, even when everything seemed lost. His loyalty to Claire and his family made him a man divided between peace and war, between love and sacrifice. The season also planted seeds of tension that Season 8 now promises to grow into full conflict. We saw glimpses of heartbreak, loss, and the cruel way history can pull even the strongest people apart. And yet, we also saw moments of hope as Jamie and Claire held on to each other no matter how dark the storm became. Their love has always been their anchor, but Season 7 made it clear, even anchors can be tested in the roughest seas. Now, as Season 8 begins, the trailer wastes no time reminding us that this is not just another chapter. This is the conclusion. The faces of Jamie and Claire in the trailer are not the same as the younger lovers we met years ago. They are older, wiser, scarred, and yet still burning with the same passion that first drew them together. Season 8 isn't just about survival, it's about legacy. It's about the ending of a story that has touched millions. The trailer for Outlander Season 8 doesn't waste a single second. From the very first shot, it feels like we're stepping into the end of an era. The screen fades in with a wide landscape mist rolling across the hills, the sound of distant drums echoing. And then Jamie's voice cuts through the silence. His words are heavy, almost like a farewell. "Our time is not promised, Claire," he says. And in that moment, the weight of the final season becomes real. It is not just another adventure, it is the last stand of Jamie and Claire's love story. The trailer then shifts into flashes of danger and intimacy. We see soldiers marching, fires burning, and the chaos of war spreading like a storm. The Revolutionary War is no longer just a backdrop, it's a full, unstoppable force threatening everything the Frasers have built.
In between violence.
The trailer gives us glimpses of Claire and Jamie holding on to each other, their faces lined with both fear and determination. These moments feel like promises that no matter what history demands, their bond will not break. One striking scene shows Claire walking through a field hospital, her hands covered in blood as she tries to save a soldier. The camera lingers on her expression, tired, haunted, but unwilling to stop fighting. Another cut shows Jamie, sword drawn, standing at the head of men ready for battle. His eyes are filled with fire, not just for war, but for love. Every frame tells us that Jamie is willing to give everything, even his life, if it means Claire is safe. Then, the music shifts softer, almost mournful. We see Claire whispering something to Jamie in candlelight, her voice breaking. He holds her close, his hand gently brushing her face, and we can't hear the words, but we can feel them. This is not just a couple surviving the odds. This is a couple preparing for the unthinkable. The trailer doesn't tell us if it's death, separation, or peace, but it makes sure we know the end is near. final moments of the trailer leave us breathless. A shot of Jamie and Claire standing together, looking out at the horizon as the sun sets. His hand rests on his sword, her hand rests on his, and they stand side by side. It's a picture of unity, of defiance, and of love that time itself cannot destroy. Then the screen fades to black, leaving only one line on the screen. Every love story must find its ending. This trailer doesn't just show us the final season, it dares us to imagine what it means to say goodbye to Jamie and Claire. The trailer does not just show battles and tender moments, it whispers clues about the fate awaiting Jamie and Claire. Every frame feels layered with meaning, as if the creators are daring us to read between the lines. Outlander has always been about survival against impossible odds, but in this final season, the question is no longer if they will survive. The question is, how will their story end? One of the most striking hints is in the way Jamie and Claire are framed. We often see them in soft, fading light sunsets, candlelight, twilight skies. These images carry a silent message. Their story is reaching dusk. It feels as if the show is preparing us for closure, not just another cliffhanger. Claire's voice in the trailer echoes this tone. At one point she says, "We've fought for so long. Perhaps it's time to rest." It is a line that can mean many things, rest in love or rest from war, but whichever way you hear it, carries the weight of finality. Jamie too seems changed. He has always been the warrior, the protector, the unshakable force. But in this trailer, his strength looks heavier, almost like a burden he knows he cannot carry forever. His speeches are softer, less about defiance and more about acceptance. When he says, "If this be the end, then let it come, for I've had a life worth living," it feels less like a battle cry and more like a goodbye. It's as though Jamie has already made peace with the idea that his destiny may not be survival, but sacrifice. And then there's the unspoken question. Will they die together, or will one be forced to live without the other? The trailer does not give a clear answer. The way it lingers on their embraces suggests the writers are preparing us for heartbreak. There's a softness in their touches, a kind of urgency, as if every kiss and every glance could be there. Last, it's not the passion of a beginning, it's the tenderness of an ending. Fans of the books know that Diana Gabaldon has never been afraid of bittersweet conclusions, and the trailer seems to honor that same spirit. Jamie and Claire's story has always been about love transcending time, but what does forever mean when time itself runs out? Season 8 might give us that answer. The teaser does not confirm death, nor does it promise survival. What it promises is something more powerful, an ending that feels earned, one that will stay with fans long after the credits roll for the final time. The moment the trailer for Season 8 dropped, the Outlander fandom erupted. Across forums, YouTube comments, and fan pages, one thing became clear. No one is ready to say goodbye to Jamie and Claire. Trailer has ignited a storm of theories, each one more emotional than the last. Each one trying to answer the question everyone is asking, how will it end? Some fans believe the show will choose the most poetic path. Jamie and Claire leaving this world together. For years, their story has been about love so powerful it defied war, time travel, and fate itself. Dying side by side, many argue, would be the ultimate symbol of that bond. In this vision, their final breath is not tragedy, it's triumph, because neither has to live without the other. To fans who fear heartbreak, this theory feels like a small comfort, a way for the story to close with love instead of loneliness. Others, however, argue that true heartbreak lies in separation. They believe one will survive while the other falls, forcing us to watch a love story torn apart by history. This theory comes from the lingering shots in the trailer, where Claire looks at Jamie as if memorizing his face, or when Jamie seems to speak with the acceptance of a man who knows his fate is sealed. The idea of Claire living without Jamie without Claire has divided fans. Some say it would be cruel, others say it would be honest, because not every love story in life ends with happily ever after. And then there are the hopeful voices. Corner of the fandom refuses to accept tragedy. They believe that after so much pain and sacrifice, Jamie and Claire deserve peace. This theory imagines them surviving the war, retreating into a quiet life where they can finally rest together, far from battles and bloodshed. These fans point to the softer moments in the trailer, those tender embraces and warm smiles as hints that maybe, just maybe, the ending will honor love with peace instead of loss. But beyond theories, what unites every fan is emotion. Trailer has reminded everyone that Outlander is not just a TV show, it's a journey fans have lived with for nearly a decade. People are posting memories of when they first fell in love with the story, how Jamie and Claire inspired them, how their love gave hope through dark times. For many, saying goodbye feels personal. Theories may differ, but one truth remains. The final season will break hearts, mend souls, and leave a legacy that no fan will ever forget. As the trailer fades, we are left with more than just scenes of war, whispers of farewell, and fleeting moments of love. What lingers is a heavy silence, the kind that comes before the curtain falls on a great story.